Actually, it was very easy. I think that's part of the perks that comes with being, a scholarship beneficiary. Of course, the Ministry of Education, Russian Education will send invitation letter to you, and being a scholarship beneficiary, all you have to do is just take the invitation letter to the embassy and you're good. No interview, nothing at all. Just give them your documents, tell them showing that you are a scholarship beneficiary, and you're good. It was very easy for me. It was a seamless process. There was no headache about it, nothing at all.
Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your guy dear Mike, and as you know, on this channel we give you exclusive content. And today many of you have been asking me about coming to study in Moscow, coming to study in Russia, and I feel I should just share with you guys how you could come and study for free in this country without paying tuition fee. And obviously I'm not alone here. I'm with this beautiful damsel. She's gonna introduce herself. She's a beneficiary of Russian scholarship. So could you please introduce yourself?
All right, thank you very much. I'm really happy to be here today. Wow, hello guys, thanks for having me here. Okay, my name is Vivian, and just like dear Mike said, I'm a beneficiary of the Russian government scholarship, which we call the Open Door Scholarship. Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. And so could you please take us through the journey of the scholarship? How did it all start?
Okay. Well, I think the application usually it comes out October, November of every year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I remember that I applied November last year. So of course, I don't even know, someone just sent me the link. I was actually skeptical about it at first. I don't know why, but I decided later. I applied, and I think dear Mike is going to put the link on his description box later. So I applied, just the normal application process. You fill out your name details here and there, your your grade. I think not transcript at first. So you just apply your name, your details, your contact details, your highest level of education. You fill in all those details, and then you submit. So they would now, they will get back to you. So probably after reviewing everything, all the information you've submitted online, they would get back to you. Of course, you also need to choose the course you really want to study at school. So but the tricky thing about that is, at first you might not have to choose a university you want, because it's after you get a scholarship that they will give you a list of universities in which they can send their students into to study, because not all universities in Russia usually take in open door beneficiaries. So there's a list of universities in Russia in which the open door team will send you to. You have to choose anyway. Okay, this is a university I want to go to and all that. But that will be after the process has been completed. You've been granted admission and all that. So I guess that was it. I applied, and then it was time for us to write the entrance examination. So that was why I said that you have to choose the course you want to study. So of course, I chose the economics track, economics and econometrics. So of course, when it was time to write the entrance examination, it was something related to economics, mathematics, and all that. And of course, the entrance examination is not something so difficult. Of course, yeah. You just read your normal, just have the foundation, and you don't have to read hard like that. Something one could really do and pass well. So I remembered, okay, fine, I applied in November. The entrance examination was sometime January, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, January, February, I guess. Okay. So you write the entrance examination, and of course, if you pass, I think it's in 2 stages. Yes, in 2 stages. You write the first, examination, and that's the first phase. You write the examination in the first phase. If you pass, you move on to the next phase. And the good thing about this is you have the opportunity to choose at least 2 courses. Yes, you can choose 2 courses. So if you choose the 2 courses, that means you're going to write the entrance examination for both courses.
Okay.
So, and if you like, you could choose one that, okay, you don't want to keep reading for different, courses. You could just stick to one and prepare for that very well. Whatever it is that rocks your boat is fine. But if you're going for one course, you just have to try as much as possible to read, and so that you will pass. Because the reason most people choose 2 courses, because okay, they might take a look. If I fail this particular entrance examination for this course, I will go for the other one. So
how long does it take you from the beginning to you coming down to Russia?
Ooh, it's a long process. Everyone knows that, when it comes to scholarship, you really, really have to be patient, because, from one point to the other, scholarship, for crying out loud, you're basically coming here to do everything for free. So you really have to be patient. Okay, so starting from November when I applied, down to August, yes. From November to August, it was that long. But in between, we kept doing this. They will contact you, submit this document, upload this and that. So it was really a whole lot of back and forth. But everything ended by August. I got my visa, invitation letter here and there, and then here we are.
Are you studying in English or you're studying in Russia?
Okay, so the course I chose is being taught in both Russian and English language.
Okay.
So it was mandatory for me to learn the Russian language.
Okay.
Yeah, it was actually mandatory. So I had to go through the language. Yeah, you have to learn the language if the course you'll be studying is going to be taught in Russian or English, or even both. If it's going to be taught in English, you don't have to learn the language, definitely. But if the course you'll be studying is going to be taught in Russian, you have to learn the language. You really have to.
So what will you say about how has it been the experience? Is it so difficult or very easy to learn Russian?
Honestly, contrary to what people have been saying, because I remember before I came down here, I watched some videos on YouTube about people talking about the Russian language. Oh, it's difficult, blah, blah, blah. There was even a guy, I remember I watched on YouTube then. He was like, he's going back to his country.
Yeah, I saw that video.
He can't go. Russian is hard. Yeah. It's this, it's that. I'm like, so, coming here, I already had that notion that, oh my God will help me. And I'm this kind of person that, even when people are saying that, oh, this thing is tough, you can't do this, I would want to give it a try. I would want to, let me also face it. Then if it's tough, then it's tough. I don't usually take my decisions based on what people said, that, oh, you can't do this, they don't go there, don't do this, blah, blah, blah. So, but the fact is, coming here, learning the language, it has not really been difficult as, people portrayed. Yeah, what I just noticed is what I would advise people who want to do that is, you have to create time to read. But this is language we're talking about. It's not English that we all can speak, and even studying English at school then too, you had to read too. We had to read, and this is a language that is so strange to us as English speakers. So it's not really difficult, but you have to really create time to read, you study, you try to speak as well, because it's not just about you taking your books and reading. As you're reading, you're speaking, trying to engage people, try to talk to people about it. Okay. And the good thing about Russians is, even if you are not saying it the right way, nobody's going to laugh at you. They don't care. Honestly, they don't. Yeah, just try to communicate. It helps, whether you're wrong or right, because as you keep doing that, you keep getting better at it.
Okay, so how would you tell us about the visa experience? You getting your visa, was it very Herculean task, or it was very easy? Actually,
it was very easy. I think that's part of the perks that comes with being, a scholarship beneficiary. Of course, the Ministry of Education, Russian Education will send invitation letter to you, and being a scholarship beneficiary, all you have to do is just take the invitation letter to the embassy and you're good. No interview, nothing at all. Just give them your documents, tell them you're showing that you are a scholarship beneficiary, and you're good. It was very easy for me. It was a seamless process. There was no headache about it, nothing at all.
Now, does the scholarship cover your flights and other processes you did in Nigeria?
Not at all. The scholarship only covers your tuition fee, and then of course the government also gives you a monthly stipend.
How much is the stipend?
Well, just like I heard, I think it depends on the school you have, but for me, they pay me 2,000 rubles per month. I have some friends, in schools in other regions outside Moscow. Some said they earn about 5,000 rubles. I'm not sure, but For me, I had 2,000 rubles.
Okay, for I understand that you have your masters already in Nigeria, and here again you're studying. Well, could you please compare the education system of the two countries?
You can't. It is it is incomparable. Honestly, the difference is this massive. Yeah. Nigeria, my beloved country. The experience has been amazing here. Of course, it's more like, you know, I came into a whole new world. Yeah, learning here has been pretty much easy. The environment, it's peaceful, it is serene. You would just want to read. You know, you're not bothered with the whole stress of running from one class to the other, sweating under the sun. You go to a class, you see 500 students. You have to sit, you know, all muddled up with each other, squeezing yourself on the seat. I mean, everything is so cool. Yeah.
So how long have you been in Moscow?
Well, I'm still new. I came in last month. Let me just say about a month plus.
So how are you acclimatizing?
Well, good so far. Of course, the major thing I saw is just the weather condition. The weather. Everybody complains about that. It's pretty much cold here, you know. You can't compare. So that's every other thing is fine.
Okay, well, you've been here for about a month now. Would you advise people to still come down here? Would you say Russia is safe for blacks, for students? Or is it still a place for people to come and study?
Absolutely. I mean, well, people might say that you're still new, but, you know, of course I'm new, but I've not experienced any form of, you know, negative talk or, you know, any form of, like they say, racism or not. I remember, you know, a couple of times if I walk around, you know, in the city, I will see people. Like, I remember there was a time I went out to the mall to get something. So I just saw a couple of, you know, Russian guys. They were just staring at me. And after staring for a while, I was just looking at them. And I'm like, What they were saying, oh, you are pretty. Of course, I knew that was what they were trying to say. It was not so smooth. The English was not, the sentence was not smooth. But they were looking at me, they were smiling and, you know, just trying to say, oh, you're pretty. And even at that, too, you know, a couple of times I've seen people just look at me, wow, you're pretty here and that. So, and some will even want to take pictures with me.
Celebrity. So would you say Moscow is expensive? Price of groceries and apartment and everything, would you say?
Well, generally, when you live abroad, you can't say that things are cheap. Actually, when you're in the city, you know, where things
the capital city.
The capital city, yeah, I think so. But it's not bad. It's fair, you know, yeah. If you're working, you're making money, of course, you have to buy things. It's not really bad. It's abroad. You just have to, you know, adjust, and it's fine. So even if you think about, you know, where you came from Nigeria, for example, of course, people still complain that, oh, the price of things have gone up, this is expensive, our salary is no longer enough. So it's just everywhere.
Would you say it's easy getting jobs in Moscow?
Yeah. It's not difficult getting jobs at all. There are loads of jobs. In fact, you'll be left with the choice of, okay, do I want to do this one? So it will not be left with you having choosing or, you know, making a decision to see the job you would choose that will, you know, suit your schedule. Yeah, because as students, majorly what we do is we look for part-time jobs or jobs that we can do at night. So if you want a day job, you get it. If you want, you know, night
Well, how come you could find a job when you could not even speak the language perfectly?
Well, majorly, you know, as Africans, we are native English speakers. So there are lots of English-speaking jobs. Yeah. And they want, you know, people like us, Africans, who you know, that English is our, you know, native language. You know, you could talk about the call center job, you talk about the data entry job, all those ones, you don't have to speak Russian or anything. So you just stay in the office, I'll do your thing. And they could even be, some of the jobs are even remote. You do them from wherever you are, your dormitory, your home. So
now this scholarship now, is it just open to master students?
No, the open scholarship is for, I'm sure, I'm not sure about the undergraduates actually, but I know though, if you're applying for a master's or a PhD, you're good for the open door scholarship. I'm not so sure about the undergraduate.
Okay. Would you want to stay back and work in Russia after your studies, or you want to move to a greener pasture, or you want to go back to Nigeria?
Okay, let me start from the last question. The last statement you made. I don't think I want to go back to Nigeria.
Why? Nigeria is our country. You have to go back and develop Nigeria.
I love my country, but of course, it's not as if I'm not gonna go back, but not now. Yeah, not now. And secondly, I'm not staying back here in Russia after my studies. I intend to move to proceed. Look for a greener pasture, like you said. Because at times in life you don't just feel comfortable. At times when you feel comfortable in your comfort zone, so to claim, you might not really achieve as much as you want to achieve. Yeah.
Okay, great. I haven't compared Nigerian education system and Russian education system. Could you please compare Russian education system and the Western education system, like in UK, Canada, or any other part of Europe?
Well, I might not be able to answer that because I've not experienced the Western education system. I don't know. I only moved from Nigeria to Russia, so I can compare Russia to Nigeria, Nigeria to Russia, not Russia to other countries. I don't know.
So after your master, would you want to go for your PhD?
Yeah, absolutely. I really want to do that. It's part of my plan. So help me God.
So what advice would you give prospective students, especially in Africa, trying to come down to study in Russia?
All right, so what I will tell you guys is do not give up, keep pushing. Fine, you might see 1,000 of people that will discourage you, or probably give you 1,001 reasons not to come down to Russia. I'm not saying that if you have other options, US, Canada, UK, here and there, of course, just move, make the step wherever it is you're going to. Just take that bold step and move. Doesn't matter which country now. Honestly, I'm not telling you to come to Russia. That compulsory, no. But if you are currently in the process of relocating for studies or relocating for other reasons, just take the bold step. Honestly, if you do not do that, if you're still waiting, that okay, let me see, you might end up just staying where you have for a long time, which will not be so good. So just take the bold step. And
so guys, the key word is a bold step. Take note of that. The bold step. Just take that step. Anything you want to do in life, take the bold step. Miss Vivian, we appreciate you for coming.
Thank
it's
you.
really been a nice time with you on our channel, and we really appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, hope you enjoy your stay in Russia.
Yeah, thank
GGC,
you.
Russia. All right, guys, please click on the like button so that it gets to a wider audience, and make sure you subscribe. If not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Click that subscribe button. Thank you. Till we see you next time with more interesting interviews and content.